Hi there. This video is an overview of my 4-day Naples experience. Trying to be honest, authentic, no sugarcoating. But before I get started, let me say that this city is definitely absolutely unique and fascinating, but it's probably not really for everyone. So let me explain. This is, by the way, already the afternoon of my 3rd day, and I'm currently on my way to the historical city center, where I haven't been before because I did some other things. So let's start at day 1. On day 1, we decided to rent a car and drive down to the Amalfi Coast. Yeah, we are currently on a trip with a rental car from Naples down to the Amalfi Coast. This is Ravello, and the plan is to go down to Amalfi and then visit Positano. Both of these are more or less at the coast, and then we will try to find our way back to Naples. And as you can imagine, when you look at these hills, at these mountains, it's a little bit difficult with a rental car without functioning GPS and so on. But I think we're gonna make it somehow. The name of this picturesque town in the hills above the Amalfi Coast is Ravello, and this is really 100% cliché Italian town, which is not a bad thing because, you know, all of this is real. All of this is real history. This is not something like Disney World. That's the rental car. 50 euros per day. Not bad. And this is the parking situation here in Amalfi. I mean, nice view from the car, but I don't know what's gonna happen next. Seems that there is no parking lot free, but I cannot go back, I cannot move on, so let's see what will happen. And it looks like parking just isn't possible here in Amalfi, so plan is maybe we find something or we just go to the next place. And I can tell you that driving here is not really fun. As beautiful the landscape and this whole place is, driving kind of sucks.
No sé si me apresuré.
So this is Positano, our last stop at the Amalfi Coast. So what can I say about the Amalfi Coast? It is definitely probably the most amazing coastal region in Italy, but this comes at a cost. For one, the parking situation is out of this world. It is worse than, I would say, in every major European city. In Amalfi itself, we weren't able to find any parking lot. And here in Positano we found one, but it is about 2 kilometers outside the city center. And the issue is not the 2 kilometers, but you have to go up all the way because the road is up there. So this is one issue. I still don't know what might be the best way to explore this magnificent region. Maybe it's with a motorbike, if you got the license. And the other thing, of course, is prices. I would say that the restaurant prices here are about 50% higher than, let's say, Naples. I don't know about accommodation, but I think it is probably also not cheap. But anyway, it's really worth seeing this place. One more thing I need to say is that this is not the main season. It's the 1st of November, but of course 1st of November is a holiday, so maybe that's one of the reasons why there is so much traffic going on. This is our room, which is in an historical building quite in the center of Naples. You can see the furniture is also kind of historical. It's got marble floor, but aside from that it's quite basic. So when you look at the bathroom, shower, not really great, but of course it does the job. It's even got a balcony, the size of which is about 1 square meter, I would say, and 1/3 of it is occupied by this air condition device. But you got a nice view over there. You can even see a part of the Mediterranean Sea, the Gulf of Sorrento. And yeah, as you can imagine, it is a little bit noisy, even at night. So this is quite a crowded place, but I would say basically everything in Naples is quite crowded. And it's even got a famous painting, which maybe they stole from the Louvre. So, price of the room is, I think, 120 euros, which is not cheap, but considering the location, I would say it's a good deal. So we are basically right between the historical center and the Spanish quarter of Naples. What is cool about the room is this rooftop terrace right next to it, where they also serve breakfast. I'm not sure about this part. I think it also belongs to this. I don't know if I should call it a hotel. Well, something like a hotel. By the way, it is November the 2nd today and about 22 degrees. Unfortunately, I forgot my sunglasses. Then yesterday we did a lot of walking around. I didn't film that much, but let me show you some of the impressions. The plan for this afternoon is to go to the seaside, which should be somewhere over there, about 1 kilometer. By the way, what you can see here is the Spanish Quarter, where we have been yesterday, Saturday evening, and it was absolutely insane. So this seems to be some kind of party and dining quarter. Really interesting. And it's also a place where people live. So everywhere in these houses there are people, families living there. And you can imagine how noisy this is, especially on the weekends, but maybe on weekdays as well. I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna check it out maybe tomorrow. But let's go to the seaside. What is going on here? People are waiting in line to get whatever. Looks like this is just some kind of historical shopping mall. But look at that. As I said, it's a Sunday and it is early November right now. Let's go back. So this would be absolutely unimaginable in Germany. The streets on a day like this would be completely dead. And not only Germany, also Hungary and many other European countries. And yeah, it makes me feel like Germany seems to be doing anything to just turn down economy, turn down consumption. I mean, these people really, they definitely don't have more money to spend than Germans, but yeah, they do. They are out in the streets, eating, buying stuff, maybe having fun. Okay. Crazy. Or maybe it is not that crazy, maybe that's just the normal way people should behave. My first impression when I came to Naples was that this city only consists of small streets, alleyways, but there are huge squares as well. So I would say that this city is always good for a surprise. And that's one of the things that makes it really fascinating. I mean, it's definitely not a city for everyone. If you like everything clean and tidy, this is probably not the place for you. You need to expect and accept quite a high degree of chaos and things like that. But just can tell you, I really like it. And finally we have arrived at the seaside. Over there you can see Mount Vesuvio and of course the huge harbor of Naples. The reason why this place is so crowded here is that most of this beach promenade is a construction site. So that's the way it is in Naples. Don't expect everything to be nice and beautiful and clean. Yeah, really the whole shoreline here is a construction site. Can't even go inside. So that's why everybody is standing around here. This part of town is called Santa Lucia, here at the beachfront. And once again it has a completely different vibe from the parts I have already seen. So this city is always good for surprises. So they really closed off all of the beachfront, but here seems to be a little spot where you can go down to, I don't know, maybe some kind of yacht harbor, maybe some restaurants as well. Let's have a look. There is actually a restaurant. More than one. Probably not the cheapest places. Some people doing a boat tour. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Is this already a Christmas market? I don't think so. Is it a Halloween market? I think that's the most likely explanation for this. Yeah. Probably it's a Halloween market. Let's have a look. So they mostly sell sweets, chocolate, and maybe some drinks. Coke, beer, and espresso. Okay, I think we better check out some other place. Then today in the morning we took a train to amazing Pompeii. So let's have a look. Not the greatest weather to visit Pompeii, but I guess the rain is gonna stop in a few minutes. So we are here at the main square, the Forum, and it's a 30 to 40 minute train ride from Naples. So far it looks quite impressive. Okay, found an indoor place. It's one of the Roman baths here. A little bit dark in this place.
I told you before, Romans were not very tall. So.
At least the umbrellas add some color to the scene.
Because the houses always have got open doors in the morning. We see inside, we see the water fountain, so the running water, but they could understand they were in front of a well, they are house, okay, and they need that to ask for something. And the rich people were very happy to have a common people.
Haven't seen too much so far, but anyway, no matter how terrible the weather is, this place is incredible. Definitely worth coming here when you are in Naples.
Bronze shield is using this shield as a mirror.
He made the positive out of the negative. Why?
East-west direction is another decumano east-west direction. The most important is the next one.
Está abajo, entiendo que es un león y una especie de toro. Comparado con el páramo.
Jardim Nascimento. Já se pensar.
Wondering if this is the larger theater or the smaller one. I think we should be able to see it from the top. So, did I already say that this place is incredible and unique? I think so. And what's really important is you shouldn't try to explore this like us in 4 hours, because that's definitely not enough. You'll be in a hurry all the time and you won't be able to see everything. Okay, I think this is the larger one. Well, it is pretty large, and I think over there you can see a part of the smaller theater. So anyway, this is like the theater district of Pompeii. And over there with the clouds you see Mount Vesuvius, who 2000 years ago destroyed this whole place. But not only destroyed it, also preserved it, or at least the solid structures. Okay, and here we have the small theater. So even in those days they seemed to have a large place for the blockbusters and a smaller place for some special interest pieces. Okay. Back on the main square, which looks very differently now that the sun is shining. Mount Vesuvius in the background. I think it's time to leave. Going back to Naples. Before leaving the site, we get to a little, actually not so little, museum with, among other things, these famous castings of the people who got surprised by the hot ashes from Mount Vesuvius. So this is the picture that many people associate with Pompeii, but actually it is much, much more than this. And now we are back from Pompeii, and I'm finally gonna do some exploration of the historical old town. My first destination is, at least what I think, is the main church in the city, Il Duomo, and it should be right around the corner, even if it doesn't really look like that. But that's what you have here in Naples. It is quite chaotic, so you have streets like this, and next to it you have some really amazing historical buildings. Not saying that this is not amazing. And here we go. Quite impressive. Not the best light situation though. So let's see if I can go inside. Quite amazing. One thing that is quite interesting is that in some places in Italy you have to pay quite high entrance fees just to enter churches. Here in Naples, this is not the case. By the way, quite a strong cannabis smell here. Police just standing around, but they don't care. To be honest, I don't even know if it's legal here in Italy. But it's definitely not okay, or at least according to the law, just to smoke this on the street. I think it's time to talk about the most important topic, food. So you can see there are lots of street food stalls with, I don't know, cookies, cakes and some pizza-like stuff. But it is actually true that the main dish you will eat here in Naples is pizza. After all, this is the city where pizza has been invented, at least that's the legend. And yes, I have to say it is great. I had pizza the last 3 days, at least one a day. And it always has been really, really great, really tasty dough, perfectly cooked. But I mean, at some point it's getting boring, and not only boring, it's also not really the healthiest food. The diet here is really extremely rich in carbs, and everything is made of white flour, which probably is not that healthy. I mean, there are some alternatives like seafood, but this stuff is often quite pricey. Just one of those churches, and right over there on the other side of the street there is another one. See? I'm not sure if it came out on the video how huge this place was. Interesting graffiti here. So that's it from Napoli. Most important tip: don't concentrate on the historical center. Check out the other quarters, the other regions as well, especially the Spanish Quarter and the quarters at the seaside. And here's the final recommendation: when you go up to that castle hill, you can walk, but you can also take the vernacular. You can either enter the castle or you go to this monastery where I am right now, and you really have an amazing view over, well, this is only one part of Naples. You can see Capri in the background, Sorrento. So this is also highly recommended. So I guess finally that's it. See you sometime from some mystery place.